What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all has been well. Sun's kind of going down, have a little bit of time, so hopefully I can get this finished. Today we're going to be working on installing this Cali Raised front skid. I don't know if you guys have seen any of my other videos, but I took a pretty fat hit under the rig last time we hit Coral Hollow. Giant dent right here that's kind of crooked. This thing is super thin, just regular sheet metal or something, but it's all banged up under there. So I've been meaning to do this, been meaning to change it out for quite some time, and yeah, we're going to be replacing that with this thicker aluminum Cali Raised front skid plate. So I do have the full Cali Raised skid plate collection here. I realized I was going to do this all in one video, but I realized that a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, will most likely, out of all this, choose just the front skid plate. So I'm going to do the front skid plate separately, as well as probably the gas skid plate, just for those that want to only switch those out. So in this video, I'm just going to cover the front skid. In another video, I'm going to cover the gas tank skid, and then the full other underbody, the LCAs, are going to go into a whole different video. And then before you ask, I went with aluminum because I don't really do anything too crazy, and if I do something crazy, it's only because I have to and it's in the middle of a trail. So really, I just decided to save the weight and went with the aluminum one. The main reasons why you would choose aluminum is it's way lighter. If you want more strength and the ability to slide over rocks when you land on them, definitely go with the steel ones. But just keep in mind, if you go with the steel ones, they are heavier. So adding all this underbody, if it's all steel, it's going to add quite a bit of weight. And these aluminum ones are lighter, but they're still adding a cool amount of weight. So just keep that in mind when you start doing stuff. I shall also add that when you add a skid plate, if you look at the side, the skid does kind of protrude a lot. Right about yay. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it protrudes a lot. So you have this whole thing here. Once you replace this is going to be sucked up a lot more with that one over there, and you'll get a little bit more front end clearance this way. So what you're going to get with the front skid is a hardware bag, has some spacers, some bolts, some washers, and then you're going to get this little square piece that goes into there, and that's just going to be your access hole to your oil drain plug. The install is super easy. You're only going to need this much stuff to do it. You're going to need a 12, a 13, and a 17 ratchet and extension. That's all you're pretty much going to need for this. So removing the OEM front skid is pretty easy. You're just going to have to take off this bolt, the other one on the other side, this bolt right here, and then the other one on this side, on that end, and then there's two recessed bolts, one in here, up in there, and then one right here, up in there. You can see, kind of bent this in. There's a lot of bends, hit a lot of stuff. And then there's another two back here. So one back here, and then one right here. Okay, so this should just drip down, and it's held on by these two hangers. Up over the hangers, pull it out. So after pulling this out, you can tell it's very thin metal, and took a lot of beating. It stayed together. I know a lot of people that have hit this one time and it's just crumpled. So mine held up pretty well, and yeah, so you can see landed on a rock. this is going bye-bye. Next we're going to be working on removing this right here, and that's with the 2 recessed and the 2 back ones over there. So from here we're going to work on taking off these braces, this one right here and this one right here. They're 17mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3 on this side. And if you can't break these off, just your ratchet. I didn't really mention this, but you can use a breaker bar, make it easier on yourself. So once you've taken those 2 off, the other skids, the little mid plate and then the skid plate, you can go ahead and start prepping your new Cali Raised skid plate. And what I mean by prepping really is just taking this door piece, throwing it on, and taking these screws and tightening them in. This is all the prep work that you need to do. So this next part really should take 2 people to do, but I'm going to do this by myself, so probably won't be talking too much. I'll show you guys what I do afterwards, because even though this is aluminum and it's lighter than the steel, it's still heavy as shite. This is going to be kind of crazy. Cool. So once you have these 3 on, it should hold itself up, but since I don't really have someone else to hold it up for me, I'm gonna have to do this all by myself. I'm tired. Let me just kind of explain what I just did, because it's easier than whatever you just watched. So to kind of explain everything, we're reusing a lot of the old hardware. These are the 17mm bolts you took off earlier from those little braces. 1 right here, 2 right here, then 1 goes in this hole and 1 goes inside this hole, all the way up in there. You need to use the extender to get it in and tighten it. As for those 2 in the back, you're just going to take that M8 bolt, the locking washer, then the regular washer, slide it through into a spacer, and then tighten it down. So you can kind of tell that the approach angle is a lot better. The little piece that was here, that was all the way down here, saved about that much space, about yay amount space. Pretty cool, pretty easy, pretty quick install. That was 30-ish minutes. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in this skid or any of these skids that we're going to be installing soon, I'll leave a link down in the description for you guys. Make sure you use Rome5, this code right here. It'll get you 5% off. It also helps out the channel because whatever money I make goes into this and goes into trips. So you have fun, I have fun, we have parts, you have parts. If you guys like this video and found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys want to see more of this install, more of the trail stuff. We're going on a trail this weekend. It's going to be super fun. Make sure to hit that subscription button. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concern, leave them down in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, you guys have fun. Have a good weekend. Peace.